Did you know that sloths only use the bathroom every 7 to 10 days? That's right. And here's the crazy thing. They use the same tree. They crawl all the way down to the bottom. And then when they're at the bottom, and they use the bathroom, the sloth moth crawls up onto their fur. That's right. So in the wild, this sloth is going to be covered with 100 to 200 bugs. So not something that I would want to be part of. That amazing symbiotic relationship, that was designed by God. So because of that, the sloth processes its food with a symbiotic relationship developed by God. And they digest their food with a bacterial process. Sloths eat 10% of their body weight every single day. Pretty amazing. Nooga Wild, looks like you're watching, awesome. Hey guys, our friends down in North Georgia, they had a little bit of flooding, so if you're in the area and want to say a prayer to the big man and help them out, they got a lot of animals and they're trying to keep them safe. So, good people. Good morning everybody, we're live here at Coe Riverside Farm, and this is Dash. He's a two-finger or two-toed Linnaeus sloth. We have 4 sloths here at Coe Riverside Farm. 3 of them you can hold. Now a lot of people, they wonder, they're like, do you think you should hold sloths? Here's the deal, you should never hold a wild sloth. Does holding a sloth stress it out? Some sloths, it might stress it out, just like your pets, it might stress them out to be held. Our sloths seek human interaction. Not all sloths are like that. A lot of people, they're like, oh, we want to have a sloth for a pet. It's not a good idea. Shouldn't have a sloth for a pet. We are licensed by the USDA as a USDA exhibitor. So what that means, the word salad that it is, it means that we're a zoo. So we're just not hanging out here in the kitchen. I know it looks like a kitchen, but it's a kitchen for them. I look like him? Aw, well, I guess that's a compliment. Good morning, everybody. If you're just now tuning in, this is a Coe Riverside Farm. This is Dash. He's a two-finger or two-toed Linnaeus sloth, and I'm pretty sure he's the cutest thing ever. We have over 150 animals, and most of them you can hang out, pet, cuddle, ride, just have a good time. So here's the deal. New Year 2026, we made it, and to celebrate, we have a discount on the covered wagons. So you type in the code New Year 26, you get 26% discount of those covered wagons. So our covered wagons that we have, a lot of people call them Conestoga wagons. Conestoga wagons were a lot bigger than the wagons that we have here. The wagons that we have here would be kind of like a prairie schooner size. Still awesome, but that prairie schooner size is what you'd be taking if you're going out west on the old Oregon Trail. The Conestoga wagons, they were used starting up in the Pennsylvania area by the Dutch and German Mennonites. These Conestogan wagons were awesome, guys. They could hold like 16,000 pounds. They were huge. And the Conestoga draft horses, so they're not even in existence anymore. And they would weigh almost 2,000 pounds. So I'm thinking it was like a Clydesdale or something, you know? Huge, a huge horse. And here's the other thing they would do on the Conestoga wagons, is they would put bells on the horses. So you would hear these bells going as it's going down the road or trail or path or whatever it was. And then, if you got stuck, you had to give your bells to the person that rescued you or like pulled you out, right? So if you showed up at the end of your trip and you didn't have any bells on your Conestoga wagon, they were like, uh-oh, you did not do good. You have no bells. We're talking about bells on the Conestoga wagons, John.
I got all my bells.
John has all his bells. And that's where that term came from.
Which is why it's an E, not a...
When they would say, Did you get there with your bells on? That term is from the Conestoga wagons.
Oh, I'll be there with bells on.
I'll be there with bells on, and John hit it on the head. That's right. I'll be there with bells on, and that term originated from having the bells on your horses from the Conestoga wagons. Because if you got stuck, that was kind of your payment. Hey, here's my
It kind of
bells.
seems like the opposite. Because, you know, they're not wanting to get attacked by anything.
Yeah.
You know, or ambushed, and here they come. Jingle jangle down the trail. Of course, I mean, they're all going down the Platte River Trail. It's not like they're going to be hard to find.
Well, these are the ones in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take this back to the store.
What's wrong with
Pet the baby. Okay, we'll pet the sloth. This is Dash. And if you want to come here and hold Dash, you can. That was John. He just walked in. They're getting a bunch of stuff ready here at the farm. We're doing some upgrades. Winter is a great time to visit because it's not as busy, so you get a little bit more one-on-one. A lot of people say, hey, when's a good time to visit? Is it warm? Here's the deal. Sloths require their environment to be between 75 to 80 degrees all the time. So when you show up to hold a sloth, you're gonna be warm. Another cool encounter that we do is where you can actually cuddle with the sloth in your covered wagon, which I think is the coolest thing ever. Hey Mercedes, hope you're having a great day. Good morning everybody. If you're just now tuning in, this is Dash. He's a two-finger or two-toed Linnaeus sloth. We're here at a Coe Riverside farm. Where are you watching from? Hey Ribbit, we're in Benton, Tennessee. It's halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. You get to sneezies. He gets so excited sometimes when he's eating, he starts sneezing. Tina in Biloxi, Mississippi, good morning. Thank you guys so much for watching and for all the shares and the gifts and the likes. That really makes it possible to continue to do this. Are you sneezing again? You gotta chew it up. He gets so excited when he's eating, and then he's like, does his little sneezes. And what do we feed him? We're feeding him a little bit of sweet potatoes, squash, and zucchini. Does he purr? No, he doesn't purr. Most sloths don't make any sounds. But did you know that a female sloth, when they're ready to mate, they make a really loud C or D sharp sound. You can hear it from almost 500 meters away. And that's their signal, hey, I'm ready to have a baby. Texas, good morning Texas. Hope you're having a great day. Beautiful over there. Maryland, hey Tamara and Maryland, hope you're having a great day. Guys, it's Monday. We are halfway through, I think that's pretty much true. We're about halfway through January. We have Valentine's Day coming up. So, if there's any guys watching and you don't want to mess it up this year, here's what you do, okay? I'm giving you the easy out. You book a wagon, covered wagon, use the code NEWYEAR26, and you do cuddle in the covered wagon with the sloths. That's it. That's all you got to do. You can just go to the website at CoeRiversideFarm.com and you're set. You don't have to be a creative genius. You don't have to solve the world's problems for Valentine's Day. That's all you got to do. And another encounter that we're getting ready to add is the All About Monkeys. So we have Georgie and we have Joy, and they're spider monkeys. And the monkey house that's being built right now, guys, by Chris, and it's awesome. It has these swings for the monkeys, and get this, there's swings for you guys. I'm not joking. So you can actually get in there and swing with the monkeys. I think it's going to be awesome. Well, thank you, sis. Hey guys, we have a couple moderators that do a great job of helping us on all of our social media, because sometimes we can't get to the questions because you guys have so many good questions. So Sis and Lorraine, you guys do a really good job of helping out moderating on all of our channels, and we really appreciate it. So I just want to give you guys a round of applause, a little heart, so thank you. Good morning, everybody. If you're just now joining us, this is Dash. Dash is a two-finger or two-toed Linnaeus sloth. And if you want to come here and hold Dash, you can. So 3 of our sloths here you can actually hold. It's Dash, Chloe, and Zoe. Now we also have Flash. Speaking of Flash, I think he's right up above us. Let's see. There he is. He's up there in the hammock. Sometimes when Dash chomps, then he sits there and sneezes.
I've noticed that.
And I'm like, yeah. So, when you come for an encounter, the one starting at 10 o'clock, you're going to start with Flash. You're going to have about 30 minutes of learning everything that you've ever wanted to learn about a sloth. Then if you add on the optional 30-minute VIP, that's going to be cuddles with Dash or Zoe. So pretty awesome. We brought a hammock in here. So a lot of times when he's hanging out in here, we didn't want him to have to just hang, which is totally fine. And that's how God designed them too. Their little claws, when they're holding like this, that's the relaxed state. So this doesn't cause them any energy. A lot of people look at sloths when they're up in the air and they're like, oh my gosh, how can they hold on all day? Well, in the jungle, they don't normally have a nice hammock. They used to like to hurt us. Well, I don't know about all that. I think once we started feeding them snacks, they were pretty happy. Good morning, everybody. If you're just now joining us, this is Dash. Dash is a two-finger or two-toed Linnaeus sloth. Some of the other animals that we have here are micro miniature Scottish Highland cows. Did you know that that's the oldest registered breed? 1884 is when it was registered. And the reason that they're all gingers, I mean, who doesn't like a good ginger cow? Is Queen Victoria. It's true. So Queen Victoria, she was riding around back in the day and she's looking around. She's like, all these cows are kind of boring colors. Well, let's get some ginger out there. Next thing you know, because she's the one probably buying the cows, they're all ginger Scottish Highland cows. Now the ones that we have, the micro miniatures, Dolly and Annie, they're all white with black tipped nose, ears, and feet for Dolly. And then Annie has kind of like red or rust colored nose, ears, and feet. They're adorable. True story. Good morning, everybody. This is Dash. I'm Kevin. We're live here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. Thank you, Nye. Really appreciate that. Where are you guys recording from? It is always interesting to see where people are. The other day we had Antarctica, Alabama, and Atlanta watching. I was like, talk about the full spread. So, a lot of people say, hey, what animal are they related to? They are in the superorder of Zothorans. So inside the superorder of Zothorans are three-banded armadillos. There's also the southern three-banded armadillo. Now I'm kind of thinking he has a little bit of Georgia accent or something like that. And then you have the anteater. So all three of those animals have the ability to curl themselves up into a perfect ball. So that word Zothoran means hinged spine. It's pretty neat. Thank you, In the Wild. Really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. Good morning, everybody. We are live here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. This is Dash. He's a two-finger or two-toed Linnaeus sloth. We don't have any three-fingered sloths. And it's not that we don't like three fingers. They need to eat the leaves of the sarcopia tree. Now, the leaves of the sarcopia tree does not natively grow here in North America. There is one three-toed sloth over there in Texas. Now, I don't know if he managed to escape or they have a little sarcopia tree growing, but sarcopia trees are not native, so that's why we don't have three-toed sloths. Good morning, Nydia. I hope you're having a great day. A lot of people ask, should I have a sloth for a pet? The quick answer to that is no. Sloths do not make good pets. Don't get a sloth as a pet. Don't try to hold a wild sloth. Most sloths don't like being held. The reason our sloths like being held is they've been held since birth. They are actively seeking human interaction. So, we do agree that in the most part, you should not hold sloths. We are licensed by the USDA as a USDA exhibitor. What that word salad means is we're a zoo. You bet they're good eating? Well, we're not going to eat any sloths, but you are right. Back in the day, sloths were hunted for meat. And the reason that Costa Rica and Honduras has made it illegal to hold sloths is too many people were just running out into the jungle, grabbing a sloth, and then letting people hold it. That does not work out because the sloth has an ecosystem on it. It has the sloth moth living on it. It has bacteria. It has algae. And when you disrupt that in the wild and you don't replace it properly, the sloth's not going to survive. Good morning, everybody. Do you know how old the longest living sloth lived to? 52 and 54 years old. There were two sloths in Germany, Jan and Paula, and that's how old they were. There was also another sloth here in the States at the Smithsonian, and that sloth made it to 49 years old, if you can believe that. Pretty cool. All right, guys, what's the most dangerous thing about a sloth? The most dangerous thing about a sloth is not the danger that the sloth presents to us, but that what we present to the sloth. Because we could bring in germs, we could bring in parasites and different things like that. So that's why we're really, really fastidious about making sure that people disinfect their hands before they come in. How old is this one? This little guy's about 18 months old. Zoe, her birthday was December 16th. She turned 2. Flash, up here up above us, he's about 8. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Ocoee Riverside Farm. This is Dash. He's a 2-finger or 2-toed Linnaeus sloth. Did you know that your heart rate will lower when you're holding a sloth? It's true. Someone came in the other day, they had on a heart rate monitor. Their heart rate started at 100. They were so excited to hold a sloth. Maybe they were having a big day, who knows. By the time they were done holding the sloth, their heart rate had dropped down to like 40 or 50 on average. They were so relaxed and chilled to hang out with the sloth. It was awesome. If we gave it more calories, would it start moving faster? No, because they definitely do get more of caloric intake here than they would in the wild, and it's a better quality food, and they're not moving faster. Now, what you do find is that some captive bred sloths are getting bigger than what's typically in the wild for the typical tree sloth. So some of your captive sloths are getting 50 pounds plus, while usually in the wild, those sloths are saying 20 pounds or below. And it's not necessarily that the sloths are overweight or anything, it's just that they're having a more consistent and constant and nutritious diet. So, pretty neat. Some people ask, do sloths have ears? It's a pretty common question. Yes, sloths have ears. They are right here. And they are about the cutest little thing ever, but he doesn't like me to touch them, so I'm not going to. But they do have ears. They're just behind their long hair. I'll zoom in later on and put up a video, because the reason that sloths hear so well is they have monorod chromacy in their eyes. So what that means is that they can't see really well. Their vision is like that bad 80s Terminator vision. So because of that, they have a great sense of smell and a great sense of hearing. Good morning, everybody. Where are you watching from? The other day, I think it was what? New Zealand, Australia, and Antarctica. I was like, you guys are just all together down there. What do you think, Dash? People say, hey, will he bite you? If you put your finger in an animal's mouth, yes. So we don't put our fingers in their mouths. And the reason why is they have monorod chromacy. Canada, good morning in Canada, East Texas, New York State. So before I went up to New York State, I had no idea that upstate New York was just as country as the South. Like, I think I saw more lifted trucks and everything. Are they strong? Yes. For their weight, they're stronger than us, but obviously they're smaller than us. Las Vegas, good morning, Las Vegas. Michigan, how's it going? Are there claws like razors. No, they're not like razors. They're just really big, right? So it's not that they're trying to rip anything. It's, I call it God's crescent wrench because it kind of just wraps around and grabs things. And their palm, it's just like a monkey palm. For real. It's really cool. Hey, Michigan, how's it going? Good morning, everybody. If you're just now joining us, this is Dash. He is a two-finger or two-toed Linnea sloth, and you can come here and hold Dash. Good morning, Hillary in Douglasville. Hey, Anna in Missouri, thank you so much. Hey, everybody, we really appreciate all the likes and the shares and the follows. That helps us take care of these animals, and they're pretty amazing. We think that God has put us here to be a good steward of the animals, and that's what we're trying to do. Colorado, Brainy Warrior. I hope you're near A Basin. With Brainy Warrior in Colorado, you gotta be. West Hollywood, movie stars watching. I love it. He is a baby, but he doesn't take a bottle. So here's the deal with milk consumption with sloths. So you know most mammals keep a reservoir of milk on hand for their babies. Sloths, they don't. They just make the milk on demand for each feeding session. Sloths do not take that much milk from their mothers for that long of time. They transition to leaves and solid foods right away. None of our sloths were ever in the jungle, and they are so much generationally removed from the jungle, we're closer to sailing over on the Mayflower. Please tell us if they bite you. What if they, okay, please tell us what it is they have if they bite you. Okay. So what do they have? So they have bacteria, okay? And the reason they have so much bacteria in their mouth is because of, that's how they process their food. So yes, it's like getting bit by anything. They have bacteria, but we're not trying to get bit here. That's not the goal. Our goal is to hang out with the sloths and relax and just kind of be like a sloth. Good morning, everybody. This is Dash, and he's a two-finger or two-toed Linnea sloth. And if you've ever wanted to hang out with a sloth, or a Scottish Highland cow, a spider monkey, bottle feed a baby kangaroo, stay in a covered wagon, or stay in the sloth suite, you got a lot of options. Good morning, Coco. Isn't that what it's? Cuckoo. I can't see that far. Good morning, everybody. We're live here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. This is Dash. He's a two-finger or two-toed Linnaean sloth, and he loves cuddles. So, if you've ever wanted to cuddle a sloth, you can do that here. Pretty amazing. All right, guys, I'm going to get a couple more things set up, and then we're going to go live again here in just a minute.